Good morning, dear students. Welcome to Purnachandra Higher Secondary School. Okay. So in the previous class, we have discussed about the Biot-Savart's law. Okay. We have derived that one. What is Biot-Savart's law? We have discussed about the Oersted experiment. Okay. How the when in a conductor the current is flowing, then due to that current flowing conductor, okay, a field is created around it, or field is associated around it. That field is called magnetic field. We have discussed in the previous class. Now, in this class, we have discussed about the application of Biot-Savart law, which is very important. Again, I will repeat, which is very important from the exam point of view. Okay, so application of Biot-Savart's law. So before going to the application of Biot-Savart's law, let us discuss a very small but very important from 3 marks question. Again, I will repeat. Whatever I have discussed now, that is a very important part from 3 marks point of view. Okay. So that is the relationship between, we find out the relationship between epsilon 0 and mu 0. Epsilon 0, we have know what is epsilon 0. Now epsilon 0 is nothing but your permittivity in the free space, and mu 0 is your permeability in the free space. Epsilon 0 we have discussed or we have calculated in the electric field, whereas the mu 0 or the permeability we have discussed or we have calculated in the magnetic field. So now we have to find out the relation between these two, which is very important. So let us find out the relation between these two. How these two can be related with each other. So let us find out. So now you have to write epsilon 0, mu 0. Very simple. Just we have started with epsilon 0 into mu 0. That what I have to do? Now simply I have to do. Let us multiply a 4 pi and let us divide a 4 pi. Clear all of you? So let us multiply a 4 pi and let us divide a 4 pi. So now by doing this, what I will get? So 4 pi epsilon 0. We know that from the electrostatic. What do we will know? Now 1 divided by 4 pi epsilon 0 value is 9 into 10 to the power 9. Very simple. Okay, this we know. So let us, so 4 pi epsilon 0 value 1 divided by 9 into 10 to the power 9. Clear all of you? Okay. Then now mu 0 4 pi value we have already discussed. Mu 0 divided by 4 pi value is equal to 10 to the power minus 7. In the previous class we have discussed. Okay. So this is your 10 to the power minus 7. Clear all of you? So now that implies, or that is equal to, so that divided by, so let us put your, keep this 10 to the minus 7 to this, okay, to the denominator. Then what I will get? 9 into 10 to the power 9 into 10 to the power 7. So that is equal to 1 divided by 9 into 10 to the power 16. Clear? Okay. So now that is equal to 1 divided by 9. So what I can convert it here, look at very carefully. This denominator value I can convert it to this manner. 3 into 10 to the power 8 whole square. I can write it. Okay. So 3 into 10 to the power 8 what? 3 into 10 to the power 8 is what? So 3 into 10 to the power 8 is the speed of the light in vacuum. Okay. So that is nothing but your C, speed of the light in vacuum. That is speed of the light in vacuum. Okay. So that is equal to 1 divided by C square. Clear? So what the relationship finally we will get? So there 1 divided by epsilon 0 in 1 divided by epsilon 0 into mu 0 is equal to C square. If epsilon 0 mu 0 is equal to 1 by C square, then I can write C square is equal to 1 divided by epsilon 0 mu 0, and that implies C is equal to 1 divided by epsilon 0 into mu 0 root over, which is a very important relation between the permeability and the permittivity. Clear? So this relationship is very important. C is the velocity or speed of the light, and 1 divided by epsilon 0 into mu 0, epsilon 0 is the permittivity in the free space, and mu 0 is the permeability in the free space. Clear? Okay. So this is a very small part or very important part, that is the relationship between the epsilon 0 and mu 0. I think all of you clear? Okay. Now we move into our original discussion, that is the application of Biot-Savart's law. Okay, so what was the application? Let us first discuss about the application. So the main aim of the application, what is the main aim? The main purpose of the application is to find out the magnetic field, at any point on the axis of a circular current carrying loop. This is the main aim. Again I will repeat. So the purpose or the what is the aim of the Biot-Savart's application? Now we have to find out, okay, the magnetic field at some point P. I have denoted that point P. So this is your point. Look at the figure very carefully. Okay, look at the figure very carefully. So this is my point P. So any point, but that point must be present on the axis of the circular current carrying loop. So this is your circular current carrying loop. Look at here. This is your circular current carrying loop. Okay. So this is your axis. Now I will take, or I assume that at point, this is your point P. So at point P I have to find out what? The expression of your magnetic field. Understood? The expression of your magnetic field. Okay. Due to the circular current carrying loop using Biot-Savart's law. Understood? Okay. So let us first find out, or let us first discuss this figure. So this is your circular current carrying loop, as I told you. So this is your axis. This is your center. Center I will take it as O. Okay. So from the center to the point P, the distance is R. Okay. Now in this circular loop, look at very carefully. In the circular loop, the radius of the circular loop becomes A. Okay. So what I will assume? Now I will assume that I will take, there are two small elements, as I have discussed in the Biot-Savart's law, to calculate the magnetic field. Okay, due to a current carrying conductor, whether it is a circular, whether it is a straight, we have to take what? Now we have to take a element. Clear? So let's suppose this is at point A, this is your element dl, and just your diagonally opposite at point B, I will mention at point B, I will take another element dl. Understood? Now due to this dl, listen very carefully, due to this dl I have to find out the magnetic field at point B, and due to this dl I have to find out the magnetic field at point P. Clear? Okay, so any one of them I can calculate, because both are your diagonally opposite means the result will be same. Okay, so one by one I have to calculate. So first of all, from the Biot-Savart's law, what I know? Now from the Biot-Savart's law, I know that the magnetic field dB is equal to, due to a current carrying conductor. Listen very carefully. I have discussed in the previous video. So dB is equal to mu 0 divided by 4 pi I dl. Look at very carefully. I dl sin theta r vector divided by r cube. Understood all of you? So this is my vector form I have discussed in the previous class. Or I can write simply here, dB is equal to mu 0 divided by 4 pi I whole into dl cross r vector divided by r cube. All of you clear? So this already I have discussed in my previous video. Okay. So now this is my expression of magnetic field using or from the Biot-Savart's law. This is the expression. Now I have to apply this to this. So look at very carefully. So in this expression, the theta is in between, the angle between the dl and the distance r. Okay. So let us apply this. So first of all, one by one I have to find out. So first point or first. Okay. So first, what I have to find out? I have to find out the magnetic field at point P. Okay, due to the small element at A. Again, I will repeat. First, I have to find out what is the magnetic field at point P due to the small element at A. Okay, so what is the expression? So let us find out. So I have to write down that. So magnetic field at point P due to the element at A. Okay, so element means dl, very simple. Okay, so what is that expression? Now dB is equal to mu 0 divided by 4 pi. Then I have to go through my same expression. So I dl sin theta. So dl cross r. So let us find out what is the angle between dl and r. So this is my dl. Look at very carefully. This is my dl. And this is my r. R means the distance from this dl to P. So what is the angle between these two? 90 degree. Clear? So this is dl. This is r. R means the distance. Remember the Biot-Savart law. R means the distance where we have to find out the magnetic field. So we have to find out the magnetic field at this point. Clear? So the distance. This is here the distance is mentioned as x. So don't confuse. Here the distance is mentioned as x. Don't confuse with this r. Okay, so here the distance is x. R is the distance from the center to P. So don't confuse with this one. So here the distance, this is the dl. This is the point. Okay, this is the dl. So these to these the distance is x. Okay, and angle between theta. So I dl sin 90 degree, because the angle between the dl and r means the distance. How much? 90 degree. So I dl sin 90 degree. Okay, divided by the distance. What is the distance? What is the distance? X square. The distance is x. So this is x square. Understood all of you? Clear? Okay. So that implies mu 0 divided by 4 pi. So I dl sin 90 is 1. So that is I dl divided by x square. But x square, look at this. Look at this. This is a right angle triangle AOP. AOP is a right angle triangle where x is the hypotenuse. So that means in place of x, what I can put? Now mu 0 divided by, here I have to write. So mu 0 divided by 4 pi. Okay, so this is your IDL. So in place of x square, what I have to put? I have to put that is a square plus r square. Understood all of you? Clear all of you? So this is my magnetic field at point P due to the element at A. Clear? Okay. And the angle between the distance, here the distance I have to take is x and dl is your 90 degree. Understood? Clear? So now this is your dB. Now this dB, look at this dB. Here this is your dB. Understood? Now this dB can be splitted into two components. Yes or no? This dB can be splitted into two components. One is your dB cos phi, one is your dB sin phi. So look at very carefully. Okay. So now look at this. Suppose this is your x and this is your dB. Understood all of you? Look at here. This is x. This is dB. Okay. So now I have just shifted it to how much degree? Because this angle x and this dB, what is the angle between these two? 90 degree. Okay. This x and this dB, what is the angle? 90 degree. Okay. So that's why what I have to do? Now this is your x, this is your dB. So I have to shift how much angle? Now phi angle, because this is your distance from center. Okay. So now if I have phi angle, then this phi angle I will get. Very simple. All of you understood? Again I will repeat. This is your x, this is your dB. Okay, angle between them is 90 degree. Now I have to move how much angle? Now phi angle again in which direction? To merge with this center. So now to merge with this center I have to move how much angle? Now phi angle. Understood all of you? Understood all of you? Phi angle, by moving phi angle I will get, by moving phi angle I will get this phi. So this is your phi and I will get this angle is phi. Okay, so this is the dB. So again this phi attached angle is dB cos phi, another is dB sin phi. That is, this is my vertical, this is my horizontal. Okay, similarly for this also, look at this. For this means if I will take diagonally opposite another element here at point P, and I have to find out what is the value of magnetic field at point P, the value becomes same. The value becomes same. Okay, and for this also I have to get two components, dB cos phi and dB sin phi. Clear? Okay, so this is for A this, and for at point B the similar things I will get, same thing. Okay, so that means this dB, again look at here. So this is your distance x, again same. So now this is distance x, this is dB, angle is in between 90 degree. Now again I will rotate it and I will merge it with this line. So what angle I have to move? Very simple, phi angle. So rotate it and this angle I will get phi. Understood all of you? Okay. So by rotating angle phi, I will also get this angle phi. So dB cos phi and dB sin phi. Understood all of you? Clear? Okay. Again I will repeat. This is x. Okay. This is dB. This is x, this is dB. Now I have to, this angle between this x and dB how much? 90 degree. Here 90 degree. So now I have to rotate it to merge with this center. Rotate it. I will rotate this one. Look at here, the rotation. So how much angle I will rotate? Phi angle here. And by rotating phi angle here also I will get a phi angle. So this is dB cos phi and dB sin phi. The dB, this phi attached angle is dB cos phi and this is your dB sin phi. Now the dB cos phi and this component dB cos phi become cancel out each other. They are equal and opposite. They are equal and opposite. So that's why they cancel out each other. So what is left with us? The dB sin phi. Clear? So that means the net or the component left at point P is dB sin phi due to this element. Okay, so I have to write down this. So total magnetic field. So total magnetic field at point P. How much? dB sin phi. dB is equal to dB sin phi. That implies dB is equal to, I have to put the value of dB here, mu 0 divided by 4 pi IDL A square plus R square sin phi. Clear all of you? Now what is the value of sin phi? Let us put the value of sin phi. So look at this, either you will take AOP triangle or you can take BOP triangle, whatever it is. So let us take AOP triangle. If this is the angle phi, then what is sin phi? What is sin phi in AOP triangle? Here I have to mention, in the triangle AOP, sin phi is equal to how much? How much? P by H. So what is P? P is nothing but your A. What is H? H is nothing but X. Sin phi is equal to A by X. Clear? Okay. So let us put the value here. So that implies dB is equal to mu 0 divided by 4 pi is equal to mu 0 divided by 4 pi IDL a square plus r square. This is a divided by x. Okay, so that is equal to mu 0 divided by 4 pi IDL a square plus r square. This is a, and look at this x. So what is the value of x? A square plus r square root over. So this is your a square plus r square root over means 1 by 2. Understood? Clear all of you? Okay, all of you look at the derivation very carefully. So this is a square plus r square 1 by 2. Okay. So now mu 0 divided by 4 pi IDL a divided by, so how much it is? I have to multiply these two, a square plus r square and a square plus r square 1 by 2. So a square, so that is your a square plus r square 3 by 2. Understood all of you? Okay, now I have to perform next. So let us mention here. So now that implies b. So come here. So b is equal to integration mu 0 divided by 4 pi IDL a divided by a square plus r square 3 by 2. Okay, so what is the variable here? With what respect we have to integrate? Now only dl. Others are remains constant. So let's take it outside. So mu 0 by 4 pi I a divided by a square plus r square 3 by 2 integration of dl. Very simple. Others are constant. Only the variable is, or the variable with respect to, you have to find out the integral, that is the dl. Okay, so that implies mu 0 by 4 pi I a square plus r square 3 by 2. So dl, integration of dl is L. L means the circumference of this loop. So what is the circumference? Again I'll repeat, the circumference of this loop. So integration of dl is your L. Okay, so L means the circumference. So what is the circumference of this loop? So circumference of this loop I have to mention mu 0 divided by 4 pi I a divided by a square plus r square, that is 3 by 2 into, what is the circumference? 2 pi a. The circumference of this loop 2 pi. Clear all of you? So the circumference of this loop become 2 pi a, mu 0 by 4 pi. Okay. So just now that is equal to 2 pi a. So let us multiply these two. So finally, what is the expression of b I will get? Now b is equal to, let us write the expression in the above. Okay, so what is the expression of b? Now b is equal to mu 0 divided by 4 pi I, look at here, this is pi cancel out, this is 2. Okay, so that is mu 0 I a square mu 0 I a square divided by 2 a square plus r square 3 by 2. Understood? So this is my magnetic field expression. Again I'll repeat. Let us give it equation number 1. So equation number 1 is the expression of magnetic field at a point P due to the current carrying circular loop on the present on the axis. That is very important. Okay, clear all of you? So this is the expression. So very important. This expression is very important. So this is at the axis. Listen guys, this is at the axis. But you have to find out at the center of the loop, that is O, at O. Center of the loop means here I have to find out. So if I find out here, then the R value becomes 0. So now the R value becomes 0 because we have to find out at the center. So now the magnetic field B is equal to mu 0 I A square. So this R value becomes 0. So this is 2 A cube. Okay. So this is cancel out. So what is left? Now mu 0 I divided by 2. Clear? So this is now two expression I will get. Give it equation number 2. So equation number 1 is the expression of magnetic field at any point P present on the axis, which is at a distance r. And equation number 2 is the expression of magnetic field at the center of a current carrying loop. Understood all of you? And the last thing, what is the direction? These are the magnitudes. What is the direction, or how you will get the direction of the magnetic field? The magnetic field direction we can find out using the right hand thumb rule, which I have discussed in the previous class. Okay, so using the right hand thumb rule, I can easily find out. Look at this. So this is the direction of current. So add this. If this is my direction of your current, then this is the curling finger gives the direction of the magnetic field. So that means at inside the loop, again I will repeat, inside the loop, the magnetic field becomes outward. Understood? This one. And again this. So at this the magnetic field is inside, but always inside the loop the magnetic field become out. If I draw the pattern of magnetic field, then I will get this type. Look at it very carefully. That is out to in. This type of magnetic field. Outward. This is in. Okay. So this type of magnetic field I get. Understood all of you? So this type of pattern of magnetic field always outwards. The magnetic field always out. Clear all of you? Okay. So if the direction of magnetic field can be found using the right hand thumb rule. The application is very important. So look at the video very carefully. Have a good day. Thank you so much.